Ibrahim Toure did not rise silently. His ascension to the presidency of Guinea was a reverberation felt not just on the dusty streets of Conakry, but in palatial halls afar, where the world's strategists tweak their geopolitical maps. Often, when Africa enters conversations in rooms chilled by air conditioning and policy, it slips into them as a subject, a landscape of problems to be solved by others. Yet, in Toure, Africa presents a protagonist, a leader both shaped by strife and orchestrating strides towards sovereignty and self-sustenance. He stands, a figure both celebrated and critiqued, at the helm of a nation uniquely poised at the nexus of West African socio-political tempests and economic reawakening. His journey from the classrooms of Kankan to the corridors of power cuts through the dense fabric of Guinean politics, weaving threads of hope with those of relentless reality checks. In understanding him and his presidency, one untangles not just a story of individual ascendancy, but also of a national striving towards a redefined identity. Ibrahim Toure's narrative begins in the undulating landscape of Guinea's Anzerekore region, where narratives are traditionally passed down around fires, ingrained with the spirits of ancestors and the rich red earth. Here, in the quaint town of Kankan, Toure's formative years were spiced with the tales of Guinea's fights and flights, its pains and plights. As a young man, Toure quickly distinguished himself by his fervor for education and his articulation of the collective dreams of his people. His academic journey, marked by a scholarship that sent him to study abroad, was a testament to his early dedication to governance and public service. Returning home, equipped with both knowledge and an expanded worldview, Toure ventured into politics, not merely to occupy spaces, but to create them, a reconciler in an age of divisions. His rise through the ranks was not meteoric, which perhaps is the cornerstone of his appeal. Toure's political journey is punctuated with hard-earned positions, from an advisor in various ministries to his critical role as Minister of Economy and Finance, where he was pivotal in streamlining economic strategies that were both modern in approach and sensitive to local exigencies. His presidency, commencing in a climate of cautious optimism, was the culmination of years of steady accumulation of trust and expertise. Assuming the presidency amidst the cacophony of global voices predicting either his rise or fall, Ibrahim Toure unveiled his vision for Guinea with the poise of a seasoned storyteller. His policies, although ambitious, were not merely castles in the air, but were grounded in Guinea's own soil, crafted with the understanding of a man who knows his land's grooves and its scars. Toure's economic policies sought to rejuvenate Guinea's mining sector, introduce sustainable agricultural practices, and foster technological advancements. By leveraging Guinea's rich bauxite reserves through policy reforms, he aimed not only at increasing exports, but also at ensuring that the wealth generated benefited the average Guinean. This was paralleled by investments in the agricultural sector, recognizing it as a backbone of the country's economy, hence initiating programs to increase productivity and sustainability. Efforts envisioning a future where no child in Guinea would know the pang of hunger. However, his vision extends beyond economic metrics. Education reform is a salient feature of his policy landscape, inspired perhaps by his own educational journey. Initiatives to increase access to quality education, particularly for girls, signal his commitment to cultivating a generation of enlightened, empowered Guineans. Yet, the road Toure travels is rife with hurdles. Challenges of governance in a post-colonial African context are manifold, ranging from institutional inertia and corruption to external pressures and internal fragmentation. His leadership style, characterized by a blend of audacity and measured pragmatism, seeks to navigate these treacherous waters. Internally, he faces the gargantuan task of uniting a diverse populace, while externally, he negotiates the tightrope of international relations, striving to carve out a space for Guinea that respects its sovereignty while engaging constructively with the global community. The socio-political implications of Toure's presidency ripple beyond national borders. They force a re-evaluation of preconceived narratives about African leadership and development paradigms. In Ibrahim Toure, Guinea presents not only a figure of political importance, but a symbol of African Renaissance, an echo of the continent's undying spirit of resilience and revival. Through his policies and presidency, Toure whispers into the winds of change, a narrative of hope, challenge, and the relentless pursuit of a future forged by the very people it seeks to uplift. His legacy, still in the making, is watched by both those who walk the soils of Guinea and those afar, who now must recalibrate their understanding of what Africa can indeed self-construct when given a protagonist in its own epic. This is not just the tale of Ibrahim Toure. This is the story of Guinea, and perhaps a new chapter in the story of Africa itself.